Right, just deployed the force for the next mission. I bought more or less just anti-tank missile teams. So jeeps, these M901 missile launchers, and more jeeps and missile launchers in man-portable form, and then some anti-air missile teams. It's a meeting engagement where we control some of the flags at the beginning, so the enemy has to come to us. So if we manage this correctly, I think we can slaughter the enemy in a few turns. If there's a big but on that, but I'm fairly positive about this. Again, the artillery pieces are more or less worthless here. I think we are going to keep certain units out of sight. Want to go high altitude, basically just to see if their enemy is obviously coming our way. So back in cover. With these tanks, we don't particularly want to go into a position where we get enemy to fire upon us. Not yet. What we want to do is get into a position where we can sort of pop up on that hill and then pop back down again. Some of these should be carrying stinger teams. Without a doubt, the enemy is going to have helicopters, right? Don't want to particularly move any of these. We need to set the reaction ranges. We don't want the missile team starting to show themselves immediately. We almost never have all that much luck with that though. Luis. I also have a couple of ammo trucks because I have so many Tau Jeeps. Dragon teams probably are going to be fairly worthless, but at least I have some backup anti-tank capabilities in case things sort of degenerate to the point where I can't use my vehicles to get things done. And we have a spread of snipers, basically just to act as spotters again. Total sacrificial units. Reaction ranges, people. I'm sort of thinking of putting everything to 0. That should disable reacting entirely. Well, if that doesn't do it, I don't know what else could we do. Setting the range to 1 didn't do jack shit, they still react to things. I sort of feel like it's pretty much broken at this point. The dragon teams could maintain it. They're not going to be able to get within firing range anyway. But I'm mostly worried about the missiles because we're not, well, basically in a spot where we're screwed if they start firing we're right here in the open, so our hope is that we won't be spotted until some kind of a action has to be taken. Well, at least initially. If they do spot us immediately, we're gonna be in deep shit no matter what we do, so... In these T-80s, BMP-2s, and that's about it. Some 72s. Right, the key to this, I think, is basically decide who's gonna fire at what point. Who's going to open the fire is going to be meeting a lot of shit immediately. Okay, pretty much all the missile teams see something. This one only sees upon a single target. Let's see why we shouldn't open with this one. Further down we go, the more targets we see. We could also try to hit them closer, I suppose. But that's a risky business. If we bring tanks up, they're gonna be annihilated. But Stinger teams, we might as well do it just to basically spot things. 27 enemy units. Not exactly the targets I want to be firing at. 30 enemy units. "32. Alright, someone's gonna have to start doing this first, so how about you? 43 enemies. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Still, I don't see any anti-air action here going on here. And we have a single missile we can use, so we don't... the minigun can't fire quite that far away, neither should anything else. We basically want to fire our single TOW rocket there and not waste any other ammunition. So we might as well fire something far away. Ooh, there's a anti-air unit. Lighted the building on fire. That's it. Actually, I'm not sure I want to use those weapons at all here. It would just be a waste, really. Yeah, the fire blocked my vision. Apparently, the building smoke in the air prevents me from seeing my altitude. Still, that was a pretty good start to this. Anti-air gun, and it's probably going to have an effect on the surrounding units. Not exactly a big effect, but still. Barely noticeable effect, actually. Right. You cannot pop up here first. These guys are big. Very big. The Abrams might be able to pull it off. It's a slightly smaller one, also very deadly. But it would still be by far one of the largest targets we could put out there. Even the light tanks are sizable. I'm trying to figure out I'll use the bought jeeps if I can figure out a good target to begin this with, or a good unit to begin the shooting with. They're fairly small, they're cheap as hell, so if we would lose a couple, it wouldn't be much of an issue. They're around 27 hexes away from us, so these guys will probably get their time in the sunlight too. Just not at this moment. Wait a minute. Yeah, Tau Jeeps. Probably the best option to go with. Not the leader of the group though. So, let the fun begin. I want to see, yeah, this is the furthest away target that I can see. But, do we want to fire the BMP? Well, if it gets hits, it's probably gonna get destroyed. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Because now we have suppression, and suppression means you're not gonna hit shit. Anyone who doesn't have suppression? No, he can't get rid of the suppression anymore. So those guys are worthless, and everyone has suppression now. Shit, so no missile is gonna hit. I think that would drastically affect someone's ability to see. Yeah, I'm not sure this is the way to go, but it is what it is. Yeah, the problem is they also react before we get to shoot our missile. This is more or less like if we would have just popped up from cover and fired. That's the type of level of accuracy we have now. So basically we're not gonna kill shit, and we should be killing quite a lot of people, otherwise we're boned. Worst problem is, it's now spread around all units. Yep, we're not gonna get hits. I mean, we basically need the immediate reaction to miss. Otherwise, yeah, we're not gonna be able to survive it here. There's just so much armor coming our way, so I need a fairly. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I hate doing that. Don't I have anything I could let them come closer? If that's what I could do. Then I would have sacrificial units to do the shooting. It's worth a try. I'm not sure. We shouldn't have any reaction fire going on. So it's in that sense it's worth a try. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So they basically see us. Stingers. I think we draw away one of their units. But yeah, they're gonna destroy so many of our units we can't do any kind of realistic counter anymore. No, we lost a single unit. It's not a good thing, but this way we could basically train their reactions a little bit with the infantry. There's really not much of a downside to that. Yeah, definitely within range. But the missiles hit is not really relevant in case of the dragon teams. Actually, it's great if they do, but here's important that they fire upon these units. Not even fucking close. Where's your reaction fire now? And so it begins. So we sacrificed one missile launcher to get this ball rolling. Clickety clickety click. And yep. We have to get a pretty incredibly damnable good result here though. Right. Fire at their helicopters. For God's sakes. Okay, there has to be a better way to do this. Where are they? I can't see that one. Can't see that one. Doesn't look like I can fire on any of the targets I can see, so move to another. Oh. Wasn't really expecting to hit it, but that's irrelevant really. What we want is to cause them enough suppression that they'll fly away from the battle area on their own. I think they're too far away. I basically can't see them at all. They're outside my vision range. And now the fun begins. Single shot. It's gonna be an anti-air unit. Because why not? The stationary unit too. I might be able to get them to react by firing at other targets, but at the same time I don't know why I should bother. We have very few shots outside the anti-tank missile. So it seems like a waste to try to spam them with the other weapon systems. Also don't want to go up there with the tanks yet. They're still by far the biggest target. I'm not I'm basically shooting whatever I can. I don't care too much about tactics, about what targets to pick here. Just pick a target and shoot the missile. Okay, not bad. I would prefer ready units over retreating or button units. Bates missile. Bullshit evading. And they evade. Evades. When the hell did that become a thing? Not exactly having all that luck even getting anything done with the goddamn missiles. How the fuck does that one tank keep evading all missiles? Okay, there's a fairly good route going around here now. We've gotten enough of their core tanks. I get the... There's still a fighting group here that's more or less okay. That should keep them in check. I don't want to waste my missiles on helicopters. Dragon teams have already acted, so there's pretty much the tanks left anymore. No? Another group of jeeps still left. Right, there's definitely enough casualties that they will not be able to do all that much. The morale effect on these kills alone is devastating, and we still have some units left. So yeah, I think we'll be fine this time. We got enough of them. Yeah, this is just icing on the cake. Okay, the tanks. Might be able to do something for once in your goddamn lives. I doubt there's gonna be any kind of reaction fire. So, who wants to begin? I think we should prioritize close targets or BMPs. We are unlikely to have difficulties penetrating their armor. and they're just as deadly as the heavier tanks. Still, there aren't all that many of them, and the chance to hit is somewhat lower. No kills. Not a goddamn kill. This is why you suck. Been hard to get hits, and it's like 40% target. Jesus Christ. Okay, Abrams is probably our best tank, so I'll fire with it the last. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave you there immobilized, sorry dude. Just not happening. Right. Any BMP targets? These are so goddamn ineffective compared to the missile platforms. The Abrams can see right through smoke, I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, it doesn't give any shits about the destroyed units. There are still like 2 battle units. Probably not anymore though. Any more solid chances of hit? Yeah, this is a good way to get rid of the BMPs, I think. Oh, fuck. Okay, it certainly doesn't look horrible. They pretty much have the helicopters and I've been even firing at them too. Yeah, immediate penetration, immediate hit, immediate penetration. Absolutely insufferable. I'll have to load. I lost my entire tank platoon basically. More or less we'll... That's not what we're talking. More or less we're basically just going to have to pull the tanks back in combat. That's it. Why are the tanks so worthless? I don't know. They did have to move, I guess that explains some of it. Not all of it by any means. They're just too expensive. Any other death is preferable to the tank. That's one helicopter out in front. Infantry, shoulder-launched air-to-air missiles are not good against aircraft. Never meant to be. I should think about that, but the proper SAM sites are fairly expensive. Especially, okay, that's good. Especially when you don't know if the enemy has aircraft. So, one tank down. With at least so many aircraft, I don't see how we could evade all casualties. It went about as well as things could go, I think. They're still pushing forward, but they're doing fairly well. but they had to pull back significantly. Where the fuck did that come from? I have to be able to see it, otherwise how the hell can he shoot me when I can't see him? Move the snipers forward first, they might be able to see things I'm not currently seeing. Not really. So, what is it? Yeah, I can't see it. Through some miracle they see me. Okay. Probably should not be moving the tanks forward first. Yeah. This game. Immediate death. It was really hard to complain about it. I more or less knew what's going to happen. At least it was fairly probable. Okay, let's do it some other way then. The light tanks are fairly small targets. Relatively small, I'd say. They're not really all that small. Event targets. Maybe start with the jeeps. Again, they're just so much easier to lose. I'd like to say so much better to lose in many ways. Okay, every target we can fire at is pretty much routed. Yeah, I don't think that, however happens, whatever ends up happening here, this is not gonna last long. At least turn-wise, it just can't possibly. Stinger teams are too far away from their targets. Can't see shit. Excellent. So we basically have a couple of M109 missile platforms that can still do something. Any ready targets? Yeah, couple. Yeah, they don't really have all that many functioning tanks anymore. Should be 4 more. Any ready units? Ready vehicles, rather. Routed is good. There's one retreating tank. I think that's our best target. Still think that's they're probably our best targets. It can't retreat after all anyway, so it will just stay there and start firing at us sooner or later. Ooh, that's anti-air. Take it out. Evades. Fair enough. I'll bring these jeeps to their firing positions. They're basically worthless if I keep them where they currently are. And the enemy is so suppressed that there's a decent chance we might be able to do this move without killing these guys. Anyway. How about these battens then? Can you go there without being horribly murdered in a second? Can you shoot at a target without dying? Ooh, I would really like to get this unit out of the fight. It prevents the helicopter from doing anything useful. I sort of want to maintain our position here. Yeah, the Abrams is retreating. This is bottomed. Not in a good position either. Might have to pull back, but I'm gonna give it a try, see if we can maintain position here. The Abrams tank was okay. Much better than the shitty Patterns. It can't carry really any infantry inside it, but as a fighting unit, it's far superior to the Patterns. So I would definitely prefer more of these. These could be genuinely useful, and I think they have enough armor that they might survive a shot or two. So at least they have some potential. Although, yeah, the tanks might still die, but we'll see. We got a lot of kills this time, so that's hard to rally out of. And there it is. Like, it just, the tanks are so fucking worthless. It's they're big as hell basically, and the cannon at this stage, at least with a lot of the tanks I have, it's not accurate enough in those ranges where the missile exchanges happen. Yeah, we're gonna eat some casualties here no matter what happens, but I don't want to lose the tanks. It's better to lose at least 2 to 3 other units than a single tank. That's basically it. Even the light tanks are affordable to lose. Losing both is no. Again, I don't. I have no idea if we need to get a decisive victory out of this, but I'm sort of leaning toward trying to go for them. Might as well. That's a good kill. Might keep the other BMPs in check. Ooh, that's a kill. Well, not a kill, but the helicopter is basically out of the fight from this point on. Okay, Mr. Abrams. Are you ready to start fighting again? You're sort of in an okay position. Probably could hit even an enemy or two. Go in, take your shot, get the hell out. Well, at least we killed something. Could also go for the cruise, I suppose. But no, right. Cobra! See something useful? Immobilized tank, ready tank. Actually, this would be a good one because it's coming through the forest and the helicopter is the only one who sees it. Nice. Still have 4 missiles left. I don't want to waste my shots killing crew. Because if we shoot with our main cannon, we'll probably lose the missile launch too. I could kill the infantry though. This tank has to die. It's in a fairly good position and it's unable to move, so it'll basically start killing our units by the tank. BMP. Yeah, they're not. It's pretty much impossible. Not even shoot at vehicles anymore. Looks like there's just a huge amount of infantry that I can target. And we managed to force the helicopters away too. And we're in a fairly good position if their BMPs show their faces again, so I'm not too worried about putting anything. We do have to start making some moves at some point though. But they still have ready vehicles ready to push our way. I think I'll use the self-propelled artillery as maybe a capture unit. They're best able to handle the infantry that's gonna wait us basically. All the infantry that the BMPs were carrying, all the SK retreating crews and all that. The helicopter can go in first to do the spotting. I think the mobile artillery pieces can be of great service in this case. I did move these guys back into cover. I think this is pretty much the last fighting turn where they are pushing toward me. After this, yeah. I don't think I might still lose units though. Yeah. Not much I can do against the aircraft. The Jeep is thankfully so small of a target again. Shit. That's destroyed. It's self-propelled artillery. No, not yet. No, it's destroyed. 3 hits. Ooh, 1 down. Properly down, and we still didn't lose the self-propelled artillery unit. Although it 3 hits. This is pretty bad. Yeah, it has 6 points of damage. It has no weapon systems anymore. They've abandoned a lot of their vehicles. There's still tanks and BMPs in position though. That's a bit of a problem. Oh shit. Who the hell shoots at us? That one. How the fuck does it see us? I can't really use the helicopter as long as that's the case. I mean, I can't see any enemies and still get fired upon constantly. Bullshit. I can see one. Not the one I wanted, but actually that's not a bad target to see. Yeah, we probably will have to load. We were getting so suppressed I couldn't do anything anyway. Right. So unless we get rid of the anti-air, we are more or less boned here anyway. But they still have enough units there. That's not quite so simple. At the same time, we're definitely not in any hurry. So I think I'll just try to get some of these guys to hold their position here for a turn. Ooh, this can shoot through smoke. Yeah, that'll do. And we can't actually hit things. Still, probably our best way to clear the path. Also, definitely not because of the smoke. The guy just saw it. Had a line of sight through some kind of a little hole there. I think fuck your crew. Yeah, these are not. It seems like the accuracy. Okay, crew destroyed. The accuracy of a self-propelled artillery piece. It's a good cannon in that sense, but so goddamn inaccurate. Miracle if it hits in the same hex. I'm going for any kill at this point, and we have a lot of missiles here anyway, so they can take care of any occasional enemy attacking us. Four targets. Oh, the BMP. They're not in any hurry to make moves forward. Shit. I think I'll start moving infantry forward. If I can't get the helicopter to act as scout, I can use infantry. Also, we're in pretty bad position here because the aircrafts have fired upon us already. Any other vehicles? Nope. More or less see 9 targets and they're all infantry. Same with you. We could go forward with the jeeps, I suppose. What we know that there's at least one enemy T-80 there. We could sort of try to go counter it. Also, if it stays there, it's not really much of a threat to us, and we have to take care of a couple of extra tanks and anti-air units. I suppose that's the biggest problem, the anti-air units. Because it means I can't use the light units like tanks, not tanks, but the jeeps, to make that move forward. It has to be something a little bit more heavy. Ammo trucks turned out to be unnecessary this time. Stinger team's very useful though. Running out of missiles, probably ran out a little while ago in fact. Much point staying here if I don't have ammunition. Ah, crap. Whatever goes forward has to have anti-tank capabilities, so at least light tank territory, I'd say. They can get their single anti-tank missile launch. It's very useful. Also have enough light weapons that they can probably take care of any infantry that comes our way. Also part of the core army, so the kills will be very much appreciated. I want to move some of these launcher units to another position. There's enough other launchers here to handle any real enemies that come our way there. I really wish there would be some kind of a different type of a mission map. Like a proper city fight or something that would force or rule out the use of anti-tank missiles. Still ready and moving towards us. Yeah, he can see everything no matter the smoke. So we have one T-80 basically we can kill. And not hitting. Well, single hit that was in no way in danger of killing anything. Core army units. That's why I want to fire with them first. Okay. A couple of very important kills for us. And the tank is here, still moving forward. Right. I think we want to start moving forward too. There are no massive enemy groups that we would still have to worry about, and occasional enemy here and there coming our way. We have enough light units and missile launchers here to take care of it. That said, doesn't mean I want to make any kind of suicide runs with these units. And yeah, there's an immediate reaction time quickly take a peek. And every time I can't see a goddamn thing there. Ooh, that's a good one. I probably want to take these shots. From this position we can take down one of the T-80s. Maybe both of them. We have 3 more missiles. Oh, and fuck you! Like 50 points. Ah, I guess I'll just eat the casualty then. Now I can't see the enemy anymore. Fuck. I'm starting to despise the tanks. They're just so fucking worthless. Expensive as all hell, and they can't get the job done. Yeah, it's part of the reason we have because we have the shitty tank. I don't think that explains it though. Not fully. Yeah, it's gonna kill us if we shoot at it. More importantly, it'll block our line of sight. So if any one of you sees a tank, please shoot at it first. Much better chance of getting something done. Well, much better might be a slight exaggeration here. This is good. Their anti-air warship units start to fire upon us. That's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Except I can't fire back, so what the hell is up with that? They must have upgraded them at some point. With some kind of vision system that they can see us, but we can't see them. This is gonna suck. Please at least hit the guy. Clickety clickety click. Still, his friend got destroyed and he's immobilized, so that could go a long way here. Also you. Please kill that one. You're the only one who can see it. They should be pushing forward. There are multiple already heavy tanks. That's a bit of a problem. At the same time, I sort of want to just kill their infantry squads here. Okay. Can the helicopter now show its face? looks like it can. So that's a big difference maker. I can go there and scout the targets, and probably even fire at very inconvenient angles at them. So, from the looks of things, there's a platoon of effective heavy tanks still coming in. There are no BMPs or major infantry concentrations. So, we should be able to deal with everything they still have. At the same time, not sure if there's a point staying here out in the open. Many ways, they are much better at this than I am. High priority on getting Abrams is out of these patterns. The patterns are shit compared to Abrams. I need lightish tanks. Right. Yeah, I basically want to fire generally in this area on these units. We have a lot of other units covering other important areas. Okay. The whole point of having the missile unit here was to be able to take on the anti-air launcher. Currently, if we stay here, there's going to be a lot of tanks that can see us, so this is incredibly risky. Well, same everywhere really. Their tanks are basically in a fairly good position to fire on a lot of our units. Except we can also fire on them, so I don't think they can really kill anything. Assuming we can get a kill out of it. Still, this is enough to probably keep the T-72 in check too. Yep. It's not totally incapable of acting, but it's gonna have a harder time of it. Dragon teams need to move forward. In all probability, they're not going to be too useful, but it's still capable of destroying what the enemy has here. Out of missiles. Oh crap. The aircraft have used up most of their heavy weapons, so they're not that big of a problem. I don't really see any kind of a push forward this time. Not that it means all that much. We should be seeing infantry only. Out of ammo. one immobilized tank, and you can't see anything else. They have T-72s still ready here, and we have to get very close to them to get some of the important flags, so that's gonna be a problem. This is a terrible scouting unit. These are gigantic in size, the self-propelled artillery unit. But I suppose that's not too big of a concern yet. Question is, what do we see? Not a goddamn thing, really. Not sure if it's the vehicles or the other type of smoke that causes that, though. Quite a fewer infantry squads here than I expected. We really should try to take that out. He's in a very inconvenient position. How the fuck do they still have those? Where is it? Just mysteriously fires somewhere, and no one has any idea where. That's intolerable, but it's not like I can do all that much about it. I'm going to try to see if I can see it. It's probably somewhere with the other anti-air units. Ooh, additional tank. 26 hexes to the right. About 10, 20. Just can't see it. So somewhere around here. So it's actually a fairly good bit of information. Just can't see it. Buttoned up. I need to move the helicopter away from here. Oh, there it is. Right. Thank God, now we can see it. It pretty much is only able to shoot at the helicopter though, and probably only when it's at high altitude, I'd say. Right, so it's not too big of a concern at the moment. Still, I'm in a good position to fire on the tank, so I might be staying there. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Try not to get horribly murdered. How is it so hard to kill the goddamn thing? This should be able to fire on most of the targets we see just from its current location. But it can't. Okay. The actual hill is in the way. Right, so if we position ourselves a little bit, we should be able to handle it. Yeah, this guy gives zero shits about the smoke. Which is very, very good. I don't think I want to shoot at anything. Want to get the goddamn tank. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is it so hard to kill it? Well, it does have good armor. Don't see shit. I think we want to move more or less in the same group as the self-propelled artillery pieces. They cannot take care of themselves. The light tanks might be able to save their ass. At the same time, we are very close to the T-80, which is going to slaughter all of us. We might be too close to use our missiles against it. That's an option at least. I don't know. There's not much I can do about it. You see any good targets? Ooh, yes you do. We're probably running out of missiles too. Still a few. I'm not too worried about that. Oh, fucking kill that. It'll kill our tanks. Can't. Through some miracle, it just keeps going and going and going. We can't shoot at anything important. I'll move forward a little bit, not too much. I think the jeeps are okay where they are currently. Second teams are okay. Ammo truck is sort of in a bad position, I'd say. But I need to recharge the shots on that one because I have no idea why. It's not like we're seeing all that many aircraft here, so no likelihood nothing important is gonna happen. Right. Okay. There's like one tank that's a question mark here. Ooh, new units. Yeah, there's a lot of crew is exiting the map at this stage. I think we're basically done with this. The T-80 is the only question mark, and it's bottomed all on its own. Oh no, there's at least again a full platoon, maybe 5 units, half dozen units coming our way. From where? Where do these units just keep popping from? Okay, let's see if the tanks could do something useful. They cannot possibly do anything useful. Okay. The Abrams probably can, yeah, because it sees through smoke through its magical vision. I'll leave that to last because no one else can seem to be able to do it. Yeah, we can probably take that down. Any missile launchers? Can you see a useful target? Yeah, that one. But we don't have to fire on it now. The ready targets are much more preferable targets. Well, the T-80 is firing at us, which is a big no-no. I need kills, not injuring targets. Mobilized. Give me a break. Retreating. Ooh. Ready units are bad units for us. How in the hell are you dodging this shit? Final tank that these guys can fire on. Not that it matters. Yeah, it's dead. There's the T-80 that we still need to take care of. How are you feeling, Mr. T-80? He's feeling buttoned. If we fire with any of these units, we're probably going to die. So, how about the Abrams now? You can do 3 shots with this. Yeah, it's pretty much the only one who can still see this. Clickety clickety click. Didn't react to anything. Very well. Light tanks. Oh, no, no, no. Can I use this? Ah, crap. They still have the anti-air son of a bitch. I can probably suppress it if not destroy it. Minigun and rockets. At best, we might be able to get it to retreat. Or immobilize. There's no way we can do damage to it. Okay, looking good. I need to basically drive a light tank up to its ass and kill it. Not good enough. Can you fire your missile at this range? No. Close. There we go. Also, that's very important information for us to know. The gun is fairly large in caliber, but it's not the type of gun you want to use in a tank battle. It does have the penetration power though. That's a big deal. With any chance the fight will actually end here. So fire whatever you can. Can't see a goddamn thing. And the Abrams can see at least 6 units compared to 0 units of the pattern. Yeah, we need an upgrade on those, and quickly. I doubt they can attack with anything anymore, so this probably is the end. Oh, there we go. Naturally, you came from nowhere and started lobbing missiles at us. Don't think that'll make a difference though. Ammo truck gone. $3,841 versus 124. There's pretty much 60 fighting units, 60 plus fighting units we have to take down in every mission at this point. That's so ridiculous. There's no possible way we could do any kind of a battle line that we could hold. We have to do some kind of trickery. With our case, loading would be the trigger, and not leaving tanks to fight at the front line. Everything else is a better distraction than a tank. Maybe not the self-propelled artilleries, they're just gigantic targets. Veterans, excellent. More veterans, 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 excellent. And another pattern goes dead. I'm not sure I want the extra cobras. They're fine, but there's still a limit to what they can do. They can just fire like once in a round, so they're more useful in their spotting capability than anything else. Also, because I need more Abrams, and I try to get the Abrams now rather than waiting forever. Uh, I have no idea who has the necessary experience. I'd prefer more experienced units to be upgraded, but whatever. Patterns are garbage. That's what we learned here. Maybe another Cobra might be better. We could take 2 Cobras or 1 Patton, 1 Abrams. No, I think Abrams is the better choice. The reason being because they can see through all the smoky areas through their enhanced visions. So with them we have a role for the tanks that none of the other missile bound units can fulfill. The missiles can create the kill line of kills that obstruct all view. Our Abramses can shoot through that, so kill the enemy before they really push through. I think that's a better investment at the moment. 20 points left. Soviet Third Guards tank army is striking hard towards Hammelburg in an effort to continue their drive to Frankfurt. Latest reconnaissance photos show that at least 2 Soviet tank regiments are heading to the town. We also received reports that a Soviet air mobile unit may be used to capture the bridge near Hammelburg, secure the area around Hammelburg and repel the Soviets. So 2 tank regiments and a shit ton of aircraft. Helicopter platoon probably. So either that or paratroopers. Is it a defense mission? It's a mission that doesn't really apply to anything. So they're going to, maybe they'll attack through the bridge and the rest of the army comes through here. So this would be, they'll basically fly a helicopter or a group of helicopters here or at these targets. Or they'll do something completely different. But it seems like it's an issue we need to deal with somehow. Okay, tanks, that's the expected thing. A lot of tanks. We probably need some. The cluster bombs might also take down unit vehicle concentrations. I sort of want to try the A10 Warthogs because the Gatling gun can potentially take down tanks. The Maverick D is, I think, air-to-surface missile, so that can take down tanks, and the armor-piercing cluster bomb can take down area effect vehicles. So, or vehicles in an area, and they have 4 of them. So if we can basically use the A10s correctly, we could stop their attack then and there. With any luck, we can do follow-up attacks with the Gatling guns. This is basically what the A10 was always designed to do, more or less. Kill the huge amount of tanks. It's a hefty investment though. So these cannot fail. They're worth more than an entire platoon of anti-tank vehicles. Just the 2 of them. So the bombardments we're gonna do them with have to hit fairly well. Not sure what we can take. We can't take a platoon. It has to be. Well, we can probably take jeeps. The jeeps have been proven to be fairly useful, cost effective, I'd rather say. But we are very low on points after that. Very, very low on points. And I need anti-air capability of some sort, maybe even ordnance trucks. So I just can't get it all. That's 16 missiles I basically bought with that money. That's it. I'm not sure if that's a worthwhile trade. I could take tow teams, probably a similar amount of missiles really, but in a much less mobile platform. Alternatively take dragon teams, but they're too close range to be useful. Take the jeeps. We have a huge lack of anti-infantry teams here. We have to deploy the self-propelled artillery self-propelled artillery pieces with some care this time. Okay, so they're going to throw helicopters, so we'll have to defend the southern section too. The expected resistance here would be infantry, though maybe transport helicopters and escorts. So SAMs and self-propelled artillery pieces should suffice. The hill here will provide cover from enemy tank fire. The enemy will come through, well, probably along the road more or less, or over here. The problem here is we don't actually have a good terrain to fight this in. It's very limited in visibility, so missiles aren't quite that useful. Unless we start at this hill. So we have to start at that hill no matter what. Gotta do it. I don't see an option. Also, the HQ unit has to start here, because we need to be able to target the A-10 aircraft very accurately this time. Okay, this is the anti-infantry artillery. I need to position at least some of them here, no matter what. They don't have to necessarily stand here. What they need to be able to do is provide support fire from maybe a fortified position like this against any infantry squads and other squads that arrive here. So I said visibility is excellent, so we don't have to be close to the targets really. I'll leave a couple of self-propelled artillery pieces here, a couple maybe on the other side. I mean, I don't actually know where they're gonna pop up. We could use some of them even here. So Cobra will definitely start with us. It's our main spotter. All the vehicles have to start here. I think I'll deploy maybe infantry here in a way that I can apply smoke to provide protection from the Abrams to the Abramses. That way they could continue firing from behind the smoke, while the enemy can't really target them. They have to be in a fairly tight formation. The pattern can be somewhere else, but behind these, because it has to be protected by the smoke in the same way. Might want to spread some of the anti-tank capable units around a little bit. We don't really know where the enemy attack is going to come from. So I'll leave a couple of light tanks here. Again, because no, this, I don't think so. Some units, yes, but I don't expect any kind of I mean, vehicles here. If they come through the river, we can just shoot them with other units. But I don't know. I'm gonna leave a lot of missile units here, including the jeeps. But there's a high probability that they're gonna come through some other place. So they're gonna come through this opening here. We'll have some tanks to counter it. You can also fairly easily move them behind the buildings for cover. Right, our main anti-missile platform, anti-tank missile platforms. These can probably start to get quite a few shots per turn at this point. These will provide the smoke we need. I also want to have infantry here, maybe. We don't really know what's going to happen. Uh, I don't think so. Protecting this tank or vehicle concentration is the highest priority. How jeeps definitely have to stay here. Stinger teams. Hmm. Okay, and that'll be it. Massively reduced amount of units, anti-tankable units, but on the other hand, if we get the Warthogs, the A-10s to hit well, it'll be worth more because the armor-piercing cluster bombs. We can shoot them at a target that they'll likely destroy coming in, and then they'll drop 4 cluster bombs, which basically explode in an area like this, one after another. So attacking a concentration like this, they could easily disable or destroy the vast majority of these units if we hit it correctly. So, but that has to work. There's too much invested in those few aircraft that they have to hit a target fairly well.